Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the RTB Top 10 Games of 2020. And before you say anything, what's this about? I cut myself shaving. Yeah, my skin's like really sensitive. So don't worry, Daddy's okay. And before I go on, honorable mentions. One, Among Us. I know people are saying, I know you guys are saying, but didn't that come out in 2018? But true, but still, it should be mentioned because the game looks amazing. It's fun. I mean, it won like I think a couple of indie awards, and it deserves it. And the other one, Hades. Even though I recently got it, I put a little bit, but not enough to be on the list. But I understand why, because it's a lot of fun. Based on the footage I've seen, it's a lot of fun. People really enjoyed that game, so I understand why it deserves to be on there. So definitely Hades deserves to be on the list, or any list for that matter. But it's definitely on my, at least on mine, an honorable mention. All right, so it might be some controversy to like placement, but here it is, my top 10 games of 2020. Here we go. Number 10, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Funny enough about this game, it came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't really expecting much from it. I just heard it was like, because I'm a PlayStation Plus member. You get a lot of free games, and that was like one of the games that came out for free. So I thought nothing much of it, but everyone in my YouTube circle was like recommending it. So I thought, let me give it a try. After all, it's free. If I don't like it, just delete it. Man, I'm so glad I gave it a chance. That game is exciting. It's exciting. It's fun. It's chaotic. It's cute, creative. It's and cool thing about it, it's so popular that adding new maps to it. Even though people could put like, what's the game about? It's like the live action version of Takeshi's Challenge. For those of you who are like young, like back in the day, young kid watching that show. But for those of you out there, like, what the heck is the Takeshi Challenge? To put it more mainstream, one that people, I think everyone should know. Do you remember Legends of the Hidden Temple? Okay, take that, throw the insanity of the courses to 1 billion, mix it up in a blender with some crazy acid and colors and the goofiness of the suits, and you have a Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. That's the best way I can describe it. And it is fun. In paper, it shouldn't work, but it does. I love it. I have a great time with it. I haven't played it recently, but still, every time I played it, I always have a good time. It's fun. It can be frustrating at times, but overall, it's definitely worth your time. You're looking for a good, family-friendly video game to play with your kids. Number 9, Battletoads 2020. Oh, guys, hold on. I can raise the comments already. Really? Battletoads? Was it really that good? Actually, it is. Battletoads 2020 is a fun game. The graphics, I admit, aren't the best in the world. I'll give you that. But like King of Fighters 14, the more you're around it, it grows on you. Again, not the best in the world, but I recommend giving it a chance. It's a fun beat 'em up. But I know where some of the problems lie. And I admit, people saying, well, it's not a pure beat 'em up. You do other things like platforming, and it goes to a bullet hell level and puzzles. And yeah, it could, since the bullet hell one could be a bit much, and they try to throw in a lot, even some quick time event ones as well, from what I remember. But it's fun. It's fun. It's charming. I mean, the Xbox really went all out with this. It's not that this is not half-assed at all. And like I said, the animation, like with King of Fighters 14, it grows on you. All the different games are fun. You just gotta give them a chance. It's one of those games you gotta give a chance. And it's really cheap. It's like only around the $20 to $25 ballpark. And here's the cool thing: if I'm not mistaken, if you're an Xbox Ultimate Pass member or Xbox Pass member, you get it for free, which I have. So you don't pay nothing. So if you have the Xbox Pass or Xbox Ultimate, and you're just curious about it and you don't want to pay for it, download it for free, give it a try. It's totally worth it. That's how I was able to experience it, and it's worth it in my opinion. I had a great time with it. It's a great co-op beat 'em up series that I wish the beat 'em up franchise would come back more, because I miss these type of games. It's definitely worth your time. Again, another fun family friendly game. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. No swears or nothing. Just crazy how it is, but it's fun. And I really, really enjoy it. Number 8, Grand Blue Versus. Now everyone's in the comments like, what the hell is Grand Blue Versus? It's like, are you just making up games not on your list? Hold your horses. Believe it or not, it is actually real. It's a fighting game from Arc System, the guys who made Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, and of course the one that put them on the map, Dbz Fighters. So I bet you're wondering, why haven't you heard about it? Well, before I get to that, one, overall, it's a solid fighter, a damn good, solid fighting game. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it for what it is. It was based on a mobile game that's getting an adventure game, but got a fighting game first. Because the adventure games not having trouble, but just need some. The one developer's working on it, and it has left. Now the new team's taking over, so I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, so point being, it's a fun, because it's Arc System. The fighting games looks beautiful. The fighting's fantastic. So I guess again, going back to your point, why haven't you heard of this game? Well, it's two factors really, if you want my personal opinion. One, it never went down in price. Like, never. It came out, I think, February in Japan and March in America of 2020. And during that entire time, it never went on sale, not even once. Not even one time. Secondly, this game was hardly even promoted. Had Koopa not told me about this game, I wouldn't even know it existed. Heck, I bet you, like I said, me mentioning this game on this list, it's like, what the hell is that? What the hell is Grand Blue? Unless you're a let me try that again. Unless you're a hardcore Grand Blue fan, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Or hardcore Arc System fan, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But it's still a solid fighter. Again, it's one of those things. It's a lack of promotion, and just it never going down in price for a sale if people want to give it a try. Because you want to get everything, because it's as you know, 2 season passes and the PlayStation to buy. So it costs you about $130 to get everything. Just in case you want to get everything, just FYI. So that's probably why. I mean, I had to have an official Twitter account, but again, they're not using it to promote the product. I don't know what to tell you. But still, is it worth? If you want to scratch your itch for getting a new solid fighting game, Grand Blue's your game to get. Also, as I mentioned before, it's downright gorgeous. Number 7, Streets of Rage 4. Speaking of promotion, see, that got promoted, and that game was awesome. Streets of Rage was just so refreshing. It was a solid beat 'em up from start to finish. It was just so good. And it, most of the original cast throughout the games, even some new ones. Even you play as the sprites from Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. So that's for replayability. It's just one of those games that you wouldn't mind going back and playing over and over and over again. It's up to Battletoads had 3-player co-op. This has 4-player co-op. It has online and offline co-op as well. So it is just fantastic from start to finish. Like I said, graphically it looks great. It plays fantastic. I mean, it's the best Streets of Rage game ever, period. And probably one of the best beat 'em ups ever. And I'm glad it did really well. And I'm hearing rumors. Keep in mind, this is just a rumor, that Capcom next year is doing a remaster of Final Fight 1 and Captain Commando in the style of like Streets of Rage 4. So if that's true, and those 2 games come out and they're awesome, thanks Sega for re-releasing Streets of Rage 4 and killing it. They did a great job. Now I would love for them next to do Golden Axe, since give that to the same team, because I'm pretty sure they'll do something excellent with that license. So yeah, that's what I would do. Give them Golden Axe. All right, number 6 is where the controversy kind of starts. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now I bet you're wondering, why is it so low? Why is it not in the top 5? To be honest with you guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Um, it's just one of those things that, because it doesn't cover everything, it only comes only up to Midgar. Originally, I wasn't even going to try it. I'm like, because I was excited for it. I think that's the month before the game came out. I beat the original version of Final Fantasy 7, but when I found out it only goes up to Midgard, it's like, then what's the point? It's not really covered. It's not really a remake. It's like part one of the remake of a bigger story, and they just drag things out in Midgard. But Koopa, my editor and friend, got it for me. He's like, and he was even playing. He's like, no, RTB, give it a chance. I know it doesn't cover the whole thing like you would like, but trust me, give it a chance. You're gonna see it's worth it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give it a chance. I'm so glad I get it. It is, of course, graphically beautiful. It plays phenomenal. Oh my god, it plays fantastic. It plays fantastic. Of course, the musical score is great. You know, you replay certain events like Final Fantasy 7. But there's another controversy. They had these weird spirits that changed the story to the point that a big moment that's supposed to happen ends up changing. I won't spoil what it is because unfortunately it got leaked. It got spoiled to me. But despite that, even though it's changing, so it's not a true remake like 7 is, it's still a solid game. It's still a solid game. I still highly recommend getting it, but it's not the true Final Fantasy 7 experience that I was expecting. I was expecting, more of something more grand, something more of the grand, I was the whole grand story, not just a part of it. But still, the part we get is excellent. It's just, it deserves to be on the list, but I just wish it just. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind waiting longer to get the whole experience, not just a part of it. But hopefully they'll prove me wrong and maybe get it out in a quick enough time to where we can enjoy the whole story. We'll see. All right, but definitely go get it. Also, it's not turn-based. It's like real-time combat, so there's a lot of changes to it. But still, the real-time combat is fun. Graphics are fun. Even the story, it's not the full game. The story changes. You should definitely seek it out and play it. It's a fun RPG real-time experience. Definitely get it. Number 5, Resident Evil 3 Remake. I know there's people that love that game or hate that game, and I bet you're wondering what camp are you in. I love the game, obviously, but let me address the elephant in the room before I go any further. Is it weaker than Resident Evil 2 Remake? Absolutely. Even though Resident Evil 3 Remake is fantastic, 2 was just so much better because it had more content, more costumes, more content, more weapons, but just overall, just a longer game, just a replayability with both Claire's and Leon's stories. But with Jill in Resident Evil 3 Remake, it felt like a lot of stuff that was supposed to be there got cut. And for what reason, I couldn't tell you. I was hoping that maybe with the update, they would have put those things back in for like a B side or a different kind of run. Like they like an A side for Leon and B side for Leon. So I'm hoping maybe with Jill to do like an A side for her, A side and B side. We go to different areas or places that was cut from the original game, but that never came to be, unfortunately. So it's just one of those things that I understand the frustration of why people are mad in this game, don't want to give it a chance, but I would still give it a chance, guys. It's just tons of fun. It really is. It's a fun remake. It's still solid. It still plays. No bugs, no glitches. It was smooth experience from start to finish. It ran beautifully. It plays fantastic. Even though it's short, it has great replayability. There's these cool reward things that make you go back to play more. I beat the game like 3 times. That's how much fun I had with that game. And I wouldn't mind going back playing again. That's how fun it is. It's a fun, solid experience. Cool puzzles, great combat. It's just a fun fun game. And Nemesis, he wasn't as great as Mr. X, but still, he scared the crap out of me. He's an intimidating threat, and I still recommend it despite the if you still want to wait for a sale. I understand if you don't want to pay the full price, but still, wait for a sale, get it and experience it. Do not miss out. Resident Evil 3 Remake is definitely worth your time and money. All right, number 4. People be like, what? Sakura Wars 2020. This one, now, before I get into it, people be like confused. Okay, it's not this mech. You fight mechs against like these other mech monsters. It's not as like action packed like a Dynasty Warriors type of game. So if you go in thinking like that, you're gonna be very, very disappointed. However, for those of you people like me who've played Tall Tales, where yes, the gameplay is a big, the gameplay and the action plays a big part, but also what plays a big part is the storytelling and the interacting with your casting crew, with the crew that you're assigned to, by interacting with them and getting to know them and doing them favors and getting to know their backstories and why they're fighting / doing what they're doing. Then I believe you'd be more comfortable for this game. If you're into that, then Sakura Wars will be for you. Otherwise, if you expect that it's like Dynasty Warrior like type of game, like Persona 5, like Persona Strikers, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you're something more like a good occasional good action here and there with cool story, because like I mentioned with how the Walking Dead games, kind of how the Tall Tales, the Walking Dead games are, then it's right up your alley. It's first of all, it's beautiful. The artist is done by my favorite manga artist, Tao Kubo, who did Bleach and Burn the Witch, which I can't wait for the final arc of Bleach coming out this year. I can't wait. Also, I think also the artist that did also Persona and Pokemon also contributed with the art as well in this game. So a lot of like talented hands were involved in this game. Even though the combat's not the best in the world, but it's just a solid combat game. The characters, thankfully, even though, like I said, even though it's heavily story based, besides with it's more story based than combat based. The characters great, yes. All the characters are fantastic. There's even one I was like worried about, like, oh boy, this is one of the, like Ninja Girl, like, oh boy, I thought she'd be like, I was gonna end up hating, but she ended up being one of my favorite characters, and they're all awesome in their own unique ways. I really enjoyed them, and they're all fun, and it's fun, it's cute, it's a lot of cute moments, funny moments, but also a lot of cool action-packed, very anime moments. It's a very anime game. But I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's action-packed. If you want something different, a different experience than what you're usually playing, then I highly recommend Sakura Wars. It's this solid from start to finish. It's just a fantastic game. That's very different, slow-paced, but it's definitely worth your time and effort. And I can't wait to see what they do with the sequels. Again, another great game made by Sega. I know, I'm telling you, Sega's killing it this year. And if you want certain other games on this list, yes. Because Sega has been killing it this year. Really, really been killing it. All right, next one. Number 3, Doom Eternal. What can I say? It's Doom 2016. It's Doom 2016 cranked up to 11 and you can parkour. And yes, I admit, even though some people hate the parkouring, and it does take some getting used to, I'm not gonna lie. But once you get the hang of the parkouring, oh my god, that game is phenomenal. It's in your face. It is intense. It is bloody and gory. It has one thing I love already: that crappy handgun, gone. All you have is just badass weapons, and in an upgrade section, it shows you how you want to upgrade them, aka how you want to slaughter your demons. I mean, it is this. I mean, the music, the levels are awesome. The graphics are amazing. The user platforming is so badass. When you kill demons in such epic styles, it's fun. The weapons are cool. The music, while you're just killing monsters, it makes you feel like a total badass. Like, you're not trapped in there. You're not trapped in the room with them. They're trapped with you. And then you're trying to decide how you're going to destroy them. Oh, God. It just... nothing. But it's a lot of satisfaction being low on bullets. Then find that demon just like cut them with the chainsaw. So even the chainsaw is more of an epic purpose. He has had some annoying new enemies, unfortunately. Especially one in particular. Oh, my God. In the Hell Knight. Oh, God. Where he, like, teleports and you're, like, shoot him quick. Oh, God. You're, like, constantly running away from him. Because he's, like... a fierce opponent, but still, guys, like, seriously, you gotta like be on your toes. There's one of those games that you cannot sit still. If you sit still and like shoot or like try to like camp, as they say, you will die. It's one of those games you gotta be on the move. They can shoot, because if you just stand there, you will get slaughtered. You gotta like think on your feet, move, shoot, like counter. I mean, you gotta like it's intense, guys. Ooh, it is intense, but I'm telling you, it is worth your time and money on that game. Definitely get Doom Eternal. Definitely. Number 2, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Another Sega game that, again, like with Judgment, was almost Game of the Year, man. Back to back. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you know what number 1 is. But I was worried about this game because, you know, it's more because the Yakuza game is like a brawler game. Kind of like Streets of Rage, but in 3D for the most part. But this one was being turn-based. It was funny. Funny enough, it was originally like an April Fool's joke in one of the Japanese magazines. But someone thought, let's make this a real thing. And at first I was like, ugh, I don't know how this is gonna work. But then again, I should have faith in Sega, because they're the same ones that did Phantasy Star Online, which, believe it or not, before it became an online MMO, was a turn-based game. And people love Phantasy Star Online, the original Phantasy Star Online games. So I should have given them a chance, because it's just at the same great writing team from Yakuza and Judgment doing Yakuza Like a Dragon. Just the gameplay is different. That's the only difference. Because the main character is great. I mean, he's such a lovable hero. You want to root for him to succeed. All the side characters are amazing. You know, of course, as all the funny side quests, funny side diversions you could do. You know, like you play baseball, you could play Virtua Fighter 5, you could play Virtua Fighter 2, you can, you know, do golf, you can do tons of things to divert. And there's even like a kart racer thing. That is mad fun. It's amazing that the amount of stuff. And the main story is well acted, is well represented, and there's English dub, like with Judgment, and the flapping is amazing, because apparently Sega came up with a new technology so where they can match the flip flaps without, you know, expanding them or editing it, so it looks more natural. So again, it's just an amazing. You know, the specials are over the top, and yes, certain characters do show up. Just gotta give you a hint. One of them was voiced by the legendary Matt Mercer. If you're wondering who he plays, well, don't look it up, but you'd be surprised who he plays, and he does an excellent job with. And overall, it's a fun video game. It is just so much fun. I was like really worried about it. I was worried that the turn was just going to be awful, but ended up being a great strength, and just made that game just more amazing than what it is. But this is one game that is just slightly better. Sorry about that, my throat's getting dry. So Yakuza Like a Dragon was an amazing game from start to finish, but there has to be one. It can only be one. And the RTB video game of the year is Ghosts of Tsushima. I mean, who else? What else could it be? Ghosts of Tsushima was amazing. It was the voice acting phenomenal. The graphics amazing. The combat was so great. But this is the same people. Sucker Punch is a developer that needs to be recognized. Seriously, these are the same people that did the excellent Sly Cooper trilogy, the infamous video games, was like one of the best non-licensed superhero games out there. 3 excellent games on that, and now a Samurai Timepiece game, and they just killed it. They just killed it. It was better than it had any right to be. I mean, the story was fantastic from start to finish. Excellent, like excellent main hero, excellent side characters, excellent side quests. The way you travel and traverse the world, you see all the different colors of the world, see the destruction of the war and the different flowers and forests. It's just beautiful. The music and you gotta follow this fox to get a shrine, and even how that's done is just so beautiful. And you get these cool different headbands and costumes, and you can change their colors to fit the style of how you want your samurai to look like, to be your own personal badass killing samurai. I mean, it is just oozing with just love and attention. I mean, this game deserves it. I mean, don't get me wrong, for the people that like The Last of Us Part 2, but, I mean, based on what I've seen, it looks like a decent game for the most part, despite its controversies and it deserves some criticism, but most of it doesn't. It feels like it's coming out of hatred because of how certain characters are behave/portrayed, but it doesn't reach the level of Ghost of Tsushima, if you want a personal opinion. It doesn't reach it. Ghost of Tsushima is this, again, it's on a whole new level. I mean, don't get me wrong, Last of Us, if you like it, Last of Us Part 2, if you like it, that's great, but just in my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima just oozes with excellence, man. I mean, they even added a new multiplayer thing for free, which you didn't have to do. There was no microtransactions, no loot boxes, none of that crap. It's just a straight up single player experience, only with how games used to freaking be, and it did phenomenally well. Will there be a sequel? I don't know, but if there is coming out with one, I'm getting it day freaking one. Ghost of Tsushima is just an excellent game. You can go, the honorable way, confronting him up in front of them in hand-to-hand combat, or you can do it stealthily. Either way, it's just either approach you take is fantastic. And yet there's some minor bugs and glitches, but nothing game breaking. There's some just one that's like funny glitches, and then it didn't even crash on me once. Some funny glitches. There's some funny ragdoll effects, like how they fell into like a fire pit, or how like my favorite one. Like I shot one in the arrow and they fell into like a fire pit, where a lady was cooking something, and instead of like running away because a dead body fell on what she was cooking on, she just kept cooking and just putting stuff on it like the person was in there. I just found that hilarious. But overall, Ghost of Tsushima is the RTB game of the year. It deserves all the love and praise it's getting. And heck, even like video game awards, even though Last of Us swept a lot of things, which I think it doesn't deserve in my opinion. But it won the gamer's choice. We were able to choose one, and Ghost of Tsushima got that at least from fans. So it's the people's choice for game of the year, and it's mine as well. All right, guys, that's my top 10 list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm considering how I have my list and where I place certain games. I'm pretty sure you do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the matter, or what you would put in your top 10, or how would you do my list based on what I've told you. What's your top 10? Again, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this matter. Again, guys, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for being so patient. And as always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, this is Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out. Have a great day.